Yeah, brother, it's funny. I remember when Teo was fighting Josh Taylor, Rich Glazer or whatever his name is, or Rick Glazer, that lawyer who's involved with boxing and likes to put a lot on the web and whatnot on social media, said something like, Taylor's father's crazy. It's going to be a beatdown, blah, blah, blah. I said, I'm not so sure about that. Of course, I had the advantage of watching Josh Taylor was it against Catadral look somewhat average, right? And once somebody's exposed, it's a lot easier for someone else to expose them down the line. I do hear your point. Look, when we are nothing but business, when we don't have emotion swing one way or the other, that can make us a more focused person on whatever we're talking about. Conversely, look, in the fight game, right? Being a very passionate person can carry you out on that ledge. I always say in the fight game, there's a plank that you're walking. And it's can your cardio survive that walk to the end of the plank that you're doing, right? Because as you're putting out energy, you're also you're being more and more depleted, right? But ideally, you're getting closer to knocking your guy out. Well, can you knock him out before you lose energy and you're essentially defenseless? So it's this constant game, like a video game, where you have 100 to begin with, then you're at 75, then you're at 50, and you build back up and whatnot. And that's the game of fighting, and sometimes, we lose our cardio without knowing it. So if you're in perfect shape, you might regress to 50, then you rest a little bit and you're back to 100, right? And that's the ideal shape to be in. But also as we age and as we go through things we don't fully understand, and as we go through emotional things and as we go through mental things, that cardio isn't necessarily there when it was there yesterday under the same circumstances. And I think that's what you're saying about Teo, right? Yeah, okay, maybe he can use his emotion at times to help him win, and then other times it just abandons him. Like it makes him tired, he's out there and he's going to get knocked out. And that's why people worry about stuff like women. I mean, didn't Teofimo meet a waitress, or not, a stewardess, right? Like at a flight, and the mother hated her and didn't want her around. And then at the end of the day, it turned out that she left him and wanted some money. And, look, we all know how that kind of thing is. Like, mom doesn't like the girl, and like the girl never had a chance to begin with, and of course she leaves you because mom doesn't like her anyway, and she feels like an outsider in the home. But listen, none of that is good for boxing. A guy like Shakur, who blocks out all the noise and focuses on just one intense purpose, which is boxing, can make him better when it comes to running down their energy levels and everything else. In this case, certainly what you're saying worked, brother. And yeah, it is what it is, man. I mean, I guess we all kind of figured this was going to happen. And then sure enough, it happened. Like and follow for more on the fight game.